What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, or DC Direct, I guess as they're labeled, digital figures of Green Arrow and the Atom. So both of these look really cool. So we get more digital figures. So they come with the digital codes, which of course we don't care about, but we are getting some cool looking figures in with them though. First with Green Arrow, which looks pretty awesome. I want to say nice classic looks. Of course, this isn't his most classic look, but still looks nice with this, where he has more of the hooded head look for him. Overall looks nice with like the newer body, at least looks like, with designs and stuff for him. Get, of course, his bow and arrow, just looks awesome. So really cool to have this design of Green Arrow tagged to our collection. And then we also have the Atom again in his nice classic look, just all single spandex suit with the red and blue, looks awesome. And we get a little figure to go along with it as well, so that's pretty cool. So we have his shrinking down form, so awesome. That just spin around, we got pictures, pretty cool pictures there on the back from the comics that they're from as well. So both of those look awesome as well. So I'm excited to check both of these out. So let me get them open out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. And let's start off with Green Arrow, who is Oliver Queen. Now, he idolized Robin Hood as a young child, causing him to frequently practice with his bow and arrow to become a natural archer. But following his parents' death, he was raised by his uncle until he was old enough to inherit his family's fortune and Queen Industries. And from that, he became a rich, drunken playboy. But his life changed when he got stranded on Starfish Island and survived using his archery skills. But after being rescued, he chose to use his abilities to become a crime fighter and don an archer costume as Green Arrow. Now, specifically for this figure, this is from Longbow Hunters, which in that storyline, we see Oliver is now in a relationship with Diana Lance, and they move to Seattle, where he's now become a crime fighter there. And for his birthday, she gives him a new costume that looks like this. So he goes from the old Robin Hood style costume with the little hat with the feather and all that to this costume he has here, which looks pretty cool. So it's awesome to get this design of Green Arrow. Of course, I would love the original one as well. This is the first time we got a Green Arrow in the line, like actually a comic one, because we've only had the game one so far. So it's nice to have an actual comic one, and he just looks nice. Love the different colors of green. So the darker green of like the jacket and the lighter, like almost neon green of the like leggings and undershirt and stuff, just looks so nice. So we get his face there, of course, still wearing like the domino mask in black around his eyes. He has his blonde hair under there, which unfortunately you can't really see too well. You can just see some of it. I don't think it's fully sculpted on. It's hard to really tell what's going on there. Maybe it actually is. It's hard to, just with this hood. I wish the hood was like separate so you could get better movements. But he's got the blonde hair under there, and then of course his little mustache and goatee sort of going on there with the beard. Looks nice and blonde. Then, like I said, the bright neon green undershirt, so you can see it almost has like a turtleneck design to it, and long sleeves coming down, and then the long leggings there as well with the dark green jacket. So it's like the tunic design. Loved how it's got the strings on there tied in yellow, so nice that design with the hood coming up over his head with a little piece hanging down in the front. He's got a belt and a sash going around to the quiver there on his back. Of course, since he's an archer, has to have a quiver, and some green gloves on his hands with some nice like brownish colored designs on there. Again, those leggings continue down all the way to the boots, so nice green boots there as well. Love the little cuffs at the top of them. Now, I do believe they did reuse this from the Inigo Montoya figure from the Princess Bride, so at least the leggings are probably used to him, but I'm not sure if I would assume the whole rest of the upper body is a completely new model just for this Green Arrow, but looks pretty nice overall. Really like this design. Like I said, I always like this Green Arrow, and then of course his original, like I said, more Robin Hood look to him, but this is still a really cool design, and glad we got it in a figure. Now, we can do the movements. Now, the head's going to be hard because of the hood, so it's going to be hard to do. Like, you can get the head, the twist side to side. You'll just have to push on it there, and then it should be able to lift up a little and then down a little as well. But like I said, with the hood, it's just so annoying. I wish it was, like, separate. You could do something to get in there much more to get the head movement, but there is movement. You just can't get to it. The shoulders, though, come up to 90 and have, like, the butterfly joint. That'll rotate around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint. That bends all the way up on itself. We get the wrist that'll twist all the way around and hinge on the ball. So there it is. So hinge up and down. Then we can go to the ab crunch. It's going to be completely covered up by this tunic, unfortunately, but you can get them to crunch a little and twist around. And down to the legs, the hips can come up pretty close to 90. I have to kind of force it there, though, because of the tunic, and out to the side. Not far from doing the splits, but not fully there. Has a little bit of a thigh twist up in there, and down to the double knee joint. Can go up that far, kick it himself in the butt, so really nice. And then the foot will flex back and forth, twist side to side, and the toe joint on the end. So pretty decent movements. Unfortunately, that tunic's just in the way too much, and then the hood around the head, so his outfit design doesn't really help him at all in the movements, but it does make him look really cool though. But of course, he is an archer, so for accessories, we get a longbow, so nice long recurve bow here. Looks pretty nice, all in brown with the handle design, so we can put this into his left hand. So there, he's got the bow, and unfortunately, again, trying to like twist his head, his hood doesn't twist with him, so it doesn't really look the best, but there we've got the bow. And of course, with a bow, you've got to have arrows, so we get a nice bundle of arrows here that we can stick into the quiver, so we can just slide these down in the quiver there in his back, so he's got all those arrows for access. And then he comes with an individual arrow as well, so we can get posed up with it, and he has a bit of a hand design there to be able to hold the arrow and all that. So let's try and get this into his hand. So unfortunately, since I can't get his head to turn very far, I tried not to pose him up like you normally would. You just can't get his head to twist, unfortunately. So I just sort of posed him up like this for now, just sort of like a to the side sort of shoot. So unfortunately, I can't really get him fully just because of that head. I wish that hood design was designed better so we could get the head twisted to be like an actual archer. But there's what I can get so far, which looks pretty decent still. Again, the hood doesn't look that good on the head design there, but that's about the best I can do with the ability of the head to twist. But of course, we do get a stand to put him on, so that'll help stabilize him. So we got that there. And finally, his card. So there's a nice picture of him from Longbow Hunter. Actually, it looks like a little more modern design, but still could be that. But then on the back, we've got Oliver Queen. And it says Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow, a hero who uses his skills as an expert archer to bring justice to the streets of Seattle, facing assassinations and superpowered villains while dealing with the secrets of his own family's past. The Green Arrow is determined to bring justice to the streets of his city, one arrow at a time. So very simple explanation for Green Arrow there, but overall looks pretty nice. Really like this design. Like I said, this is almost perfect for a Green Arrow. Like I said, I just wish the hood would work out better so we can actually get him in better poses and be able to twist his head more like it should. But there's just about the best I can do there, and still looks pretty cool overall. Again, love this design as one of the alternate versions of Green Arrow, because like I said, I'd either want this one with the hood or the old Robin Hood with the little hat, but still very cool to add this Green Arrow into our collection. And then we've got the Atom, who is Ray Palmer. Now, he studied physics at Ivy University, and as a graduate student, he discovered a white dwarf star fragment. So he theorized that if he made a lens from the fragment and focused an ultraviolet light through it, it would shrink anything it touched. But after performing the experiment, objects he would shrink would then explode moments later. But when Ray and his friends got trapped in a cave on a spelunking trip, he decided to use the lens on himself to try to escape. However, he didn't explode, but it was later discovered that this was possible because he had a metagene. So he then developed a set of controls that gives him limited control of his size, and this is all done through his bio belt, which he's got on there, which allows for size alteration, superhuman strength, flight, and dimensional travel. So it's really cool to get the Atom in this classic design. Always a nice red and blue design. Of course, we can tell it's classic because it's using that basic body that a lot of the classic figures use, just pretty all nice and flat until you get down here to the boots, so that's how you can always tell. But looks pretty nice overall with the blue upper half, so we get the mask that comes up around his head with his ears, eyes, and mouth sort of area sticking out there, with the nice blue that comes down on his shoulders and down his arms till he's got the red gloves, and then the red section in the middle here all the way down to the boots that then go to blue. And then he's got his bio belt, as I said there, so it has a little like electron cloud design on that, which looks pretty nice. So pretty simple basic figure design, but looks really nice. Looks like how the Atom does, and looks good overall for this figure. But for his movements, we get that'll twist all the way around. Can look down that far and up that far. So again, not a whole lot of range in the neck, but not bad. We get the shoulders up to 90 with the butterfly and rotate around. We get a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that bends all the way up on itself. We get the wrist that'll twist around and hinge on the joint back and forth. Then we go to the ab crunch, the upper ab crunch, crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. And then the lower ab crunch and twist all the way around. Then we go to the hips up to 90 and out to the side. He can do the splits, a little bit of a thigh twist in there, the double knee joint that bends up that far to the back, not too bad, and down to the ankle that'll rock back and forth, twist side to side, and has the toe joint on the end. So again, has the exact same movements as all the figures in this body. Nice, smooth, easy movements, no real issues with it. It moves pretty well overall. So once again, a nice figure as far as the McFarlanes go. But for accessories, he does come with some additional hands. So we get like a pointing finger hand and then an open splayed out finger hand. So we have both of those options. And he comes with a smaller version of himself. So we get the shrunk down little figure of the Atom here. So since he can size alterate, has a smaller version. So you can set this like down in front of him to be his smaller size. So that's nice as well to be included. His base, of course, we can put him on, and I did want to show that his little figure does have the pegs as well, so we could put him on the stand if we wanted. And finally, we have his cards. There's a nice picture of him fighting a creature there in the background. And then on the back, we have, of course, that it is Ray Palmer. And it says Ray Palmer is a science liaison to Shade and a hero in his own right as the Atom. He's also the creator of the Ant Farm, a pioneer in miniaturization technology, and a recent welcome addition to the Justice League of America. So there's, again, very basic storyline for him, but still pretty cool overall to have this version of Atom. Now, the only other version we've had before, I think it was a Page Puncher, was this. So definitely a more modern futuristic design with all the armor and everything. So love having this classic design. This is how I always pictured Atom. So nice to get him in the collection in this design, and just really love this look. Well, that's we have our two DC Direct digital figures of Green Arrow and the Atom. Both are really cool, like the designs. Like I said, these are kind of my preferred versions of both of the characters, so really like having them added to the collection. Of course, they come with nice accessories, the Green Arrow coming, of course, with his bow and arrow and all that, which he should, so not really anything surprising there. And then Atom coming with his shrunken version as well is cool. So two nice additions to the collection, and I really like both of these. So let me know what you thought of these two down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know what that and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.